Have you ever wondered what secrets the most powerful institution in the world is hiding? Deep inside Vatican, City, beyond locked doors, guarded halls, and restricted zones, lies a place most people will never see. The Vatican Secret Archives, a collection so mysterious, so controversial, that for centuries, it has fueled rumors, conspiracy theories, and endless curiosity. What's really inside? Ancient manuscripts, lost gospels, evidence that could rewrite history, or something even more disturbing? Tonight, we're going to uncover what they don't want you to know. But be warned, some secrets are hidden for a reason. Let's begin. For hundreds of years, the Vatican has collected documents from all over the world. Letters from kings, records of trials, scientific writings, religious texts, millions of pages stored in endless underground corridors. Some of these documents date back over 1,000 years. That's older than most countries that exist today. And yet, the majority of these archives are completely off-limits to the public. Only a small number of researchers are allowed access. And even they can't see everything. So the question is, what are they hiding? Some believe the archives contain lost books of the Bible, texts that were removed because they didn't fit the official narrative. Others think there are documents proving that historical events didn't happen the way we were taught. But one theory stands out above the rest. The idea that the archives contain knowledge so powerful could change how we see religion, history, and even humanity itself. There's one story that keeps coming up again and again. A story the Vatican has never confirmed, but has never fully denied either. It's said that deep within the archives, there are documents that don't belong to any known religion. Texts that describe events that don't match human history. Some researchers have claimed that hidden among the millions of pages are records of encounters. Not with kings, not with empires, but with something not entirely human. According to these accounts, ancient civilizations may have had access to knowledge far beyond what we understand today. Advanced ideas, impossible technologies, and beings that were described as messengers or watchers. Were these just metaphors, or were they something more real? And if such records exist, why would they be hidden? Some believe the answer is simple. Because the truth would change everything. It would challenge religion. It would challenge science. It would challenge what it means to be human. But that's not the only mystery. There are also whispers of sealed trials, cases so disturbing, they were never meant to be seen again. Interrogations, confessions, testimonies, stories of people who claimed to witness things they couldn't explain, and then suddenly, those people disappeared from history. No records, no trace, as if they were erased. And the deeper you go into this mystery, the more one question starts to grow louder. Is the Vatican protecting the world from dangerous knowledge, or protecting itself from the truth? At this point, the mystery becomes something else entirely. Because the deeper researchers tried to go, the more resistance they faced. Access denied, requests ignored, entire sections suddenly unavailable. And in some cases, people who were once allowed inside were never invited back again. No explanation, just silence. But one incident stands out more than any other. A researcher, whose identity was never officially revealed, claimed to have discovered a document so unusual, it didn't look like anything else in the archives. It wasn't written in any known language. The symbols were structured, precise, almost mathematical, as if they followed a pattern, but not one humans could easily understand. At first, it was dismissed as a code, but the more it was studied, the stranger it became, because parts of the text seemed to describe events that hadn't happened yet. Future events, accurate details, dates that matched incidents years later. It was as if the document wasn't recording history, it was predicting it. And then, the document disappeared, No record of it being cataloged. No official acknowledgement. Nothing. Just like that, it was gone. And so was the researcher. Some say he was silenced. Others believe he was forced to disappear. But there's another theory, one that's far more unsettling. What if the document wasn't meant to be found? What if it revealed something we're not supposed to know? Because if even a small part of this is true, then the archives don't just contain the past. They may contain the future. And that raises a terrifying possibility that somewhere in those endless shelves, there are answers already written about events that haven't happened yet, including ours. By now, you might be wondering, if something this powerful really exists, why hasn't it been exposed? Why hasn't someone taken proof and shown it to the world? The answer might be simpler than you think, because not everyone who finds the truth gets the chance to share it. Throughout history, there have been moments, small, almost forgotten, where information surfaced and then vanished just as quickly. A document mentioned, then retracted. A discovery announced, then suddenly corrected. A witness speaking out, then going silent. Patterns like this don't prove anything on their own. But when they repeat again and again, they start to form something else. A system. A quiet, invisible control over what is allowed to be known and what must remain hidden. And if the Vatican archives truly contain information that could shake the foundations of belief, then controlling that information becomes more than secrecy. It becomes power. The power to shape history. The power to influence what billions of people accept as truth. But here's the most unsettling part of all. We may have already seen fragments of it. Pieces of knowledge scattered throughout history. Strange coincidences. Ideas that appeared too early. Discoveries that didn't make sense until much later. What if those weren't accidents? What if they were leaks? Small glimpses of something much bigger, something carefully contained. Because if even a fraction of that hidden knowledge has escaped before, then it raises one final chilling question. How much of what we believe today was never meant to be known at all? So where does that leave us? After everything we've explored, all the theories, all the disappearances, all the unanswered questions, we're left standing at the edge of something much bigger than we expected. Because the truth is, we may never know what's really inside the Vatican secret archives. Not completely, not clearly, maybe not ever. But sometimes, it's not about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions. Because once you start questioning, you begin to see things differently. History doesn't feel as certain. Information doesn't feel as complete. And the world doesn't feel as simple as it once did. But here's something even more important to think about. If knowledge this powerful really exists, then someone, somewhere, is deciding who gets to see it, and who doesn't. Which means the biggest secret might not be what's hidden inside those archives, but the fact that we're not supposed to look too closely at all. So the next time you hear about a discovery, a coincidence, or a piece of history that suddenly changes, ask yourself one simple question. Is this the full story, or just the version we were allowed to hear? Because if even a fraction of these secrets are real, then the truth isn't lost. It's locked away, waiting. And maybe it's better that way. Or maybe that's exactly what they want you to believe. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to explore more hidden truths, forgotten histories, and mysteries the world doesn't talk about, make sure to subscribe, because this is only the beginning